Former Special Operative MacGruber, who is believed to be dead after his wife passed away, is summoned back into action to stop his arch-enemy Dieter von Cunth from destroying Washington, D.C. with a nuclear bomb. Hello and welcome to Comedy Recap. Today we're going to give you a recap of the film MacGruber, which is a movie from the action comedy genre. An action-filled movie that will surely have you at the end of your seats. So sit back and enjoy the movie. You are in for one wild ride. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. The movie starts and we see some dead men that seem to die due to an armed conflict. The scene changes and we see even more people dead. We see countless people dead, from one in his car to another in the open. Many people can be seen lifeless outside. The oppressors have taken control of a nuclear warhead. Suddenly, Dieter von Cunth and his troops come up in 3 jeeps and demand the nuclear warhead. An injured Russian starts speaking while being on the brink of death. He's trying to tell them to not take the warhead, since it isn't stable to leave its chamber. However, Cunth dismisses his comments and kills the guy. As a result, Cunth and his gang get control of a nuclear X-5 weapon in eastern Siberia's Dungter Mountains. The scene changes and we see Colonel Jim Faith and Lieutenant Dixon Piper in Ecuador. They are discussing the stealing of the warhead. They think only one man can recover the stolen weapon of mass destruction. Former Green Beret, Navy SEAL, and Army Ranger MacGruber. He has been considered dead for 10 years. Finally, he has been found. The Colonel and MacGruber have each other's respect. Lieutenant Dixon then starts saying MacGruber's achievements, to which MacGruber smiles. They ask him to get the warhead after they find him contemplating in a chapel. He declines. They try to convince him, saying that weapon is very deadly and only he can help them recover it. They even say that he should come out of solitude for his country. However, MacGruber continues to reject these proposals. However, at the end, when the Colonel mentions the name Dieter von Cunth, MacGruber starts contemplating the choice since he never was able to catch Cunth during his years in service. But he yet again declines that he can't come back. The Colonel now gives up, but gives him the necessary details if he changes his mind. That night, MacGruber has a dream. It is about the time when he was getting married. The dream is happy until his to-be wife, Casey Fitzpatrick, is killed by Cunth. This wakes him up, and he is angry at his old-time villain. He vows vengeance, and the task is accepted by him. MacGruber then goes to his grave, as he faked his death. It is raining heavily. MacGruber then extracts some of his old work clothes and changes into them. Then he trims his hair and beard so that he can go back into his work look. He then types a code on the coffin which opens a vault. From the vault, he produces a key. He then screams and travels to the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. He enters the room and starts asking for details about the case. When Faith says that the task is difficult, MacGruber dismisses this and asks for the facts as he only wants revenge. As a result, Faith then tells him that Cunth is now a respected businessman and a major political donor, which is a front for his evil schemes. Then Faith shows him that Cunth has put together a team for his evil doings. This team includes Hoss Bender, Zeke Plachette, Konstantin Bach, and the Kolber brothers. According to Faith, this is a team of killers, and would need a proper plan and a team to stop them. In response, MacGruber replies that he will get together a team of killer stoppers to take down Cunth and his killers. When Faith suggests that he should take Piper on his team, since he knows all about the mission and is one of their best men, MacGruber declines and leaves the room. Piper follows him out and tries to convince him to take him. However, MacGruber thinks he is not a proper man like his team wants and hits him in the nose to demonstrate. He then goes to the basement and unveils his beloved car, whose keys he had retrieved from his coffin. He takes off the tarmac covering the car to unveil a brilliant red car. After setting on his favorite song, he heads out. MacGruber compiles a list and travels to the United States to gather his crew to chase Cunth after a heated meeting with Faith and Piper at the Pentagon. All save his longtime buddy Vicky St. Elmo and Brick Hughes were recruited. While his squad is in a vehicle with his homemade C4 explosives, MacGruber meets Faith and Piper on the tarmac, killing everyone. Faith removes MacGruber from the investigation. Piper is persuaded to assemble a new team by MacGruber, and Vicky arrives at the Pentagon to help them take down Cunth. They then fly to Las Vegas to visit Cunth's nightclub. A disrespectful driver in the parking lot irritates MacGruber, so he insistently repeats the license plate number KFBR392 to remember it. MacGruber takes the stage and introduces himself, his ambitions, and his plan for the next day. Vicky is playing MacGruber in their string operation. Cunth's henchman, Hoss Bender, attacks MacGruber in Piper's van, but MacGruber chases him down and kills him. The squad attempts to breach into a warehouse with Vicky dressed as Bender and Piper dressed as MacGruber to prevent Cunth from obtaining the rocket operation's passwords. Piper kills most of the guards, but MacGruber is unable to prevent the passcodes from being transferred. MacGruber confronts and threatens Cunth and his guards during a charity function, and they force him out. Faith reprimands MacGruber and removes him from the case when he returns to the Pentagon. Outside his trailer, MacGruber and Piper are drinking beers while MacGruber recalls his history with Cunth. Cunth was engaged to Casey Fitzpatrick until her romance with MacGruber, who begged her to abort Cunth's kid while they were both in college. MacGruber survives an ambush by using Piper as a human shield and escaping with Vicky. Piper was thought to have been killed in the attack, but he discloses that he was wearing a bulletproof vest. Piper departs the team after complimenting MacGruber on his quick thinking, only to discover that MacGruber was unaware of the vest. Vicky takes MacGruber back to her place after discovering he has been shot in the leg. They make love after she professes her love for him and discloses that she is a virgin. In humiliation, MacGruber visits his bride's grave, but her spirit permits him and makes love to him on her tombstone. Cunth has kidnapped Vicky, and MacGruber believe Cunth's plan is to blow up Congress during the State of the Union address. He informs Colonel Faith and then locates and destroys the KF BR-392 automobile. Cunth calls MacGruber to brag. MacGruber follows the call, and Piper agrees to assist on one more mission. They are apprehended and led to Cunth, Vicky, and the missile after breaking into Cunth's compound. MacGruber binds Cunth to a handrail after pounding Cunth and his men into surrender. They detonate the rocket, removing the warhead and guidance system before fleeing. Cunth gets away by chopping off his shackled hand with an axe. 6 months later, his slain squad members appear as ghosts during MacGruber and Vicky's wedding. MacGruber then spots Cunth with an RPG, mirroring his wedding to Casey. However, this time he saves Vicky and fights Cunth. Since Cunth is already weak, MacGruber easily defeats him, and then he tries to cut him but learns that most of his body is already cut due to the explosion. He gets angry at him and pushes him, throwing him down a cliff beyond the altar. While he is falling, MacGruber shoots him with a machine gun. Later, if that was not enough, he fires the RPG that Cunth used on him. To further incinerate the body, he keeps on attacking until nothing is left on Cunth's dead body. In the end, to further insult his memory, he urinates on his dead remains from the cliff tops. The rest are perplexed as they watch him, but when he is done, MacGruber turns away from Cunth's dead body with the feeling of extreme satisfaction, as he has finally got his vengeance. So that is all the time we had today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this movie. Do not forget to subscribe to Comedy Recap, the best channel for watching the recaps of your favorite comedy movies. Lastly, do hit the bell icon to remain updated about all our future videos. Till then, see ya.